Now, this chapter's majority of the topics, they're related with directory synchronizations. So basically, configure Azure AD Connect prerequisite, configure Azure AD Connect, monitor synchronization services using Azure AD Connect Health, configure Azure AD Connect Cloud Sync prerequisite, configure Azure AD Connect Cloud Sync. So this prerequisite means we need to have a Active Directory domain services on premises, and also must have a full GUI installations, which already we have looked at. So, and .NET Framework versions 4.6.2 we need. Newer versions .NET also it supports. If ADFS, if we have, then we need some other servers and web application proxy servers, and also TLS SSL certificate. Those kind of things we need, but this is not mandatory. You can simply have Azure AD Connect, and in this way you can establish the connectivity. Azure AD Connect, so on-premises directory service, you can connect with Azure AD. You can install Azure AD Connect using either Express Setup or custom. So we have looked at already with Express Setup, is the same stuffs. Now this is monitor synchronization service using Azure AD Connect Health. Azure AD Connect Health helps you monitor your on-premises identity infrastructure center synchronization services available through Azure AD Connect. It enables you to view alerts and email notifications, performance monitoring, usage analytics, configuration settings. This is accomplished by using an agent that's installed on the targeted servers and connect to the Microsoft 365. So from Azure AD Connect Health, we'll be able to collect information from this on-premises directory servers. Mostly check the performance, usage, etc. Azure AD Connect Sync prerequisite. Organizations must complete the following prerequisite before installing Azure AD Connect Cloud Sync. You need to have a group managed service account to run agent service. That means on premises, you need to install some agent. Create a hybrid identity administrator account for your Azure AD tenant that is not a guest user. Identify an on-premises server for the provisioning agent with Microsoft 365 or later. Establish high availability that enables the Azure AD Connect Cloud Sync to operate continuously without failure for a long time. Complete on-premises firewall configurations. Configure Azure AD Connect Cloud Sync. Organizations must complete the following steps to install Azure AD Connect Cloud Sync. Install the Azure AD Connect provisioning agent. Verify the agent is installed. Verify the agent is running. Configure Azure AD Connect Cloud Sync provisioning. So pretty much these are the stuffs you have in these sections. But if you'd like to monitor, let's say we need to go to Azure AD, and over there now we can see the details. Azure Active Directory is becoming Microsoft Intra ID. Okay, that's fine. So you can see that Azure AD Connect is enabled at the moment. Last sync was less than 1 hour ago. Go to Azure AD Connect. Get started with Azure AD Sync. Microsoft Azure AD Hybrid Identity Solution spans on-premises and cloud-based capabilities, creating a common user identity for authentications and authorizations to all resources regardless of their locations. So this is a Cloud Sync. Cloud Sync is a new solutions which will accomplish your hybrid identity goals for synchronizations of users, groups, and contacts for Azure AD. It accomplishes this by using Azure AD Cloud provisioning agents instead of Azure AD Connect. So we already looked at Azure AD Connect, but this is another alternative options. So these are the areas, single forest or multi-forest, around that areas we can have this one. So sync identities from on-premises AD to Azure AD. So basically get started, install an agents and create new configurations. Which Active Directory domain would you like to sync? After creating your configurations with default parameters, you'll be taken to configuration details page to manage advanced settings. This is like one of the options, like you don't have to configure. You can configure either Azure AD Connect or this one. This is a new one, basically. Manage synchronized identity. Once you establish the connectivity, after that, you can see the users, groups, all the users we have looked at. Manage users account, recovery user account, that was accidentally deleted, recover from unsynchronized deleted, enhanced user management, right? So all the users will be able to see from the cloud side. After that, we can delete, and if we delete, they'll stay for 30 days in the recycle bin, and from that we can recover as well. Also groups, we have looked at already. The groups also, they will sync with Microsoft 365 over there. And what is a group? So basically, if we have a groups, we can share some applications with a group. Mostly permissions, providing permission purposes, we are using groups. And one of the things we talked about in here, that is write back features. What is the write back? Write back means, let's say, if you change any password for the user password in the cloud, or if you change any group details, those informations will sync back to on-premises. That is called write back features. So all these stuff, they are related with sync. They are pretty similar sort of stuffs. But the main thing is you already maintain the synchronizations, and you can use the Azure AD Sync tools, and with that we can check all the synchronizations. Basically, you can do a bit of reading, but this is the synchronization service managers on DC01. With that, you can manage and maintain the synchronizations. And if you go to Start menu, then you can find these informations from there. Synchronization services. So these are a bit of reading. You can do a bit of reading from here. Now these sections, we have manage secure user access in Microsoft 365. So these sections, we're going to look at password policies and authentications, Azure AD pass-through authentications, and multi-factor authentication, passwordless sign-in in Microsoft Authenticator, self-service password management, and Windows Hello for Business, Azure AD Smart Lockout and Conditional Access Policies, Azure AD Security Defaults. You can see that these sections, all of the topics, they are related with Azure Active Directory. And these are the features we have in the cloud. Let's say manage user password. In Microsoft 365, user password are not set to expire, and users receive notifications of impending password expirations 14 days before it occurs. So password will never expire unless you change it. You can use the Microsoft 365 Admin Center to change these settings for your organization. If necessary, you can reset a password for one or more users on the active users page. If you forgot your own administrator password, the two available options: ask another admin to reset it and reset the password itself. So that's why you see, when I connect my account today, I forgot the password for admin account, but I recover from another account. So initially I logged in with admin account, but actually I forgot the admin account password. It was saved in the browser, that's why I can log in. I don't remember the password. But later on, when I need the password, then I have created another account with the password. Then I was able to set up the Azure AD Sync. That's why it's recommended that always we need to have more than one admin user. So in this way, if something happened with one account, still with another account, you can log in. Now, Azure AD password protection defends against password spray attacks. It efficiently blocks all known weak passwords likely to be used in password spray attacks. This protection is based on real-world security telemetry data from Azure AD to build the global banned password list. For example, you put password 01, admin, or password, something like that. There's very common or weak password, many different places user they normally use. So around that areas, those are the password you'll not be able to use for Azure AD protection. So automatically Azure AD password protection will block those kind of common types of password. So you need to use different password or stronger password. Enable pass-through authentication. This one we talked about a few times. So basically, Azure AD pass-through helps ensure that password validations for services that rely on Azure AD is always performed against an on-premises AD. That means when a user try to log into Microsoft Azure Active Directory, which is Azure AD, then their identity or username and password will be verified from on-premises. With pass-through authentication agent, it will be verified from on-premises. After that, user will be able to log in over there. And you can see that Azure AD Connect with these features, we can enable this one. So I can show you that part. So this is the Azure AD Connect options we have. There's a desktop icon. We say configure. After that, you can see there's many different options we have. Privacy settings. So each of the tab under that we have configure device options, maybe under that. Yeah, device write back. Then synchronizations options. Oh, that's good. As soon as I connect, server gets shut down. No good. It's automatically gets shut down. Okay, we're going to look at that one. But let's say the server that runs on-premises agent for pass-through authentication should be joined to the Active Directory domain services where users are located. So this is pass-through authentications, which is PTA, simply one of the options you just need to enable. Multi-factor authentications, it helps increase security by requesting users, providing a username and password when signing in, and then using a second authentication method. So in our context, we already using Microsoft Authenticator, but there are a few other options. Let's say conditional access, security defaults, or Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Many different ways you can manage MFA. But one of the easiest way, let's have a look. If we go to our portal, if we go to Microsoft Entra Admin Center, see the per user MFA. If I click on Amit or like James Bond or Jenny like that, and see there's a per user MFA. When you go to all users, and when you see all the users, select your users and click per user MFA. It will take you to another page. In here, simply if you'd like to enable, so tick this user, these two users, James Bond, Jenny, John. This 4 user, I want to enable. See, there's an enable button. Click enable. Enable multi-factor authentication. Yes. Close. See, it's done. Enable. So in this way, you can enable or you can disable. And multi-factor authentications, when you try to log into your account, during that time, you need to go through either, you need to put password. After that, maybe you need some separate device or USB stick or something, or you need a biometric method. So it's something you know, something you own, or something you have. Based on that factor, you can log into your account. Enable passwordless sign-in with Microsoft Authenticator. Microsoft Authenticator is a mobile app developed by Microsoft. It provides an extra layer of security for user accounts by enabling two-factor authentications. Microsoft Authenticator works by generating either a time-based one-time password, or a push notification that requires user approval. So currently we are using push notifications. So every time we try to log into new browser or new apps, that time it's a sent message to our Microsoft Authenticator, and from that we need to approve, and then we can log in. The specific authentication methods used by Microsoft Authenticator depends on the service provider and the user settings. In general, push notifications are the preferred method due to their speed, security, and convenience. The Microsoft Authenticator app is available free for iOS and Android. So simply you can log in and you can download Authenticator, and after that you can register your device and you can use this one. Self-service password management. Self-service means, let's say if someone forgot their password, they'll be able to reset by themselves. So usually when user forgot their password in Microsoft 365 environment, we need to reset their password. But in but we have one of the options that is called self-service password reset. If you enable that one, then user they do not they can reset they'll be able to reset their own password. If someone forgot their password, they'll be able to reset by themselves. So what is this option? So if I go to password reset, see, I'm still in users and we have all the users I can see from user tab. In here, one of the options called password reset. Let's click on this one. So this is kind of like you need a premium subscriptions. You can select none means is not enabled. If you say selected, you can select particular group, like for which group you want to enable this one. If you say all, it will be available for all. Selected, you need to select particular group. That's all user or something. So that's one of the features, but you need to have a Azure AD premium subscriptions. Then after that, it will work. That's it, password reset, okay? Then Windows Hello for Business. Windows Hello means biometric authentication. If you have a Windows 10 and Windows 11 device, and if you want to log in, you can log in via PIN number. You can log in via face detections, or like fingerprint scanner we have as well. With fingerprint scan or touch, we can actually enable. I'm using that one actually. So that's very handy. So you can use face detections, fingerprint detections, or PIN number. Windows Hello for Business stores the biometric data securely on the device itself, and other applications or the network cannot access it. This design is more secure than using passwords, which are stored on a server and that can be breached. Windows Hello for Business integrates with Active Directory and Azure AD to provide a single sign-on experience across multiple devices and applications. Another features we have called Azure AD Smart Lockout. Smart Lockout locks out bad actors who are trying to guess your user's password or use brute force methods to log into your system. Smart Lockout can recognize sign-ins coming from valid users and treat them differently from sign-ins by attackers and other unknown sources. By default, after 10 failed sign-in attempts, Smart Lockout locks the account from sign-in attempts from 1 minute. The account will lock again after each subsequent failed sign-in attempt for 1 minute at first and longer in subsequent attempts. These settings are all customizable, but this does require paid Azure AD license for users. So if it is kind of like known as an unknown source, then if someone try to log in, automatically account will be locked out. Some certain applications, we have seen this one. If you try 2-3 times to log in, especially we have one of the other services called Microsoft Azure Virtual Desktop. Over there, if you put incorrect password a couple of times, your account get blocked. Now these settings are all customizable, but this does require a paid Azure AD license for your users. Smart Lockout uses familiar locations versus unfamiliar locations algorithm to differentiate between a bad actor and a genuine user. For example, same account, you cannot log in for 2 different locations. So let's say now you logged in Sydney. Within next half an hour, you cannot log in from another city. It will be like, let's say, Perth or Melbourne. It's not possible, right? So if those kind of things happen, then Smart Lockout, they find out and see that, okay, maybe someone is trying to log in from different locations, which is real-time impossible. That's why they lock out this account. In this way, like, many different security they maintain in the cloud. Implement conditional access policies. Azure Active Directory Conditional access brings signals together to make decisions and enforce organizational policies. Conditional access is at the heart of the new identity-driven control plane. Conditional access works with Intune device configurations and compliance policies and with Intune applications protection policies. Device-based conditional access or app-based conditional access we can have. Conditional access policies are not set for your tenant by default. You can target conditional access policies to the cloud PC first-party app by using either Azure or Microsoft Endpoint Manager. So conditional access means, let's say, if you want to log in, if you want to log in as an admin, you must have to use multi-factor authentications. This kind of conditions, or if anybody is a guest user, they try to access any applications, they need to use multi-factor authentications. This kind of conditions we can add when someone try to log into some services. Now explore security defaults in Azure AD. Azure Active Directory includes a set of pre-configured security settings called security defaults. Security defaults provide a basic level of security that's an excellent starting point for organizations just getting started with Azure AD. Azure AD Premium license provide more advanced security features than what's in security default. Security defaults may not be the right fit for organizations with Azure AD Premium licenses. So when an organization enables security defaults, the system automatically enables the following security features for all users in its Azure AD account, like multi-factor authentications for all users, block legacy authentication protocol, require user to register for Azure AD multi-factor authentications when necessary, require administrators to perform MFA. See, this kind of conditions, there are kind of conditions as well. This kind of conditions will be part of the security defaults. Protect privileged activities like access to the Microsoft Entra Admin Center. Now, organizations cannot use security defaults if they currently use conditional access policies. Conditional access and security defaults are mutually exclusive. You can use one, but not the other. Now, investigate authentication issues using sign-in logs. Azure AD portal provides administrators with access to 3 activity logs: sign-in logs, audit logs, and provisioning logs. So administrator can use sign-in logs to find answers to questions like, what is the sign-in pattern of a user? How many users have signed in over a week? And what's the status of this sign-in? So there's a sign-in log. Sign-in log includes a customizable default view, error codes, failure sessions, and sign-in activity filters, sign-in data shortcuts, authentication details. You can check the sign-in logs. If you go to all users, and part of that, we can see audit logs and sign-in logs. If you click on sign-in logs, you can see that what particular time, which users logged in. You can see the admin login, on-premises directory service. Yeah, Jonathan login, 6:35. Meter login, 6:32. And Jonathan login, Microsoft storefronts or something got interrupted. So you can see and which locations you logged in, like South Bank, Victoria. In this way, you can see from which locations you logged in, right? Something got interrupted. You can see all these stuffs. So who logged in? So initially I logged in with admin account, but later on I changed to my Zahid account, and also on-premises directory gets synchronized. So pretty much you can see all the details. And this is the very details informations. Who logged in, what time they logged in, what activity they perform, locations, device info, authentication details, conditional access, report only, there's many stuffs. And we have audit logs. Sign-in logs is important, but we can check audit logs as well. Audit means like if who logged in, like for example, Jenny logged in, or target is Jenny, update user, enable strong authentication. So there are some advice as well, change user password. Yeah, audit means like also like similar to just not sign in means who logged in, what time they log in, but audit means after login, if you make some changes, if you enable something, so all those informations we can check from audit as well. So any issues happen, then this kind of audit will be helpful. Or there's another thing, conditional access. So they pretty much all these steps from because Microsoft Intra Admin Center is a new portal, so they kind of like collect everything from Azure AD and also Office Microsoft 365 Admin Center and put in here. So this is under protections. Under protections, we have all these default passwords reset, authentication method, multi-factor authentications, identity secure score, security center. So all the security stuffs we have part of that. One of the things we want to see, which is conditional access. So conditional access, part of that, we can create some policy. And based on those policy, we can provide access. Like create new policy, you can do, or create new policy from templates. If we click on that one, then this is the template we have. Let's say require multi-factor authentication for admins. That's one of the policy you can apply. Block legacy authentications, you can apply this policy. Or require multi-factor authentication to all users. So if you enable this policy, let's say require multi-factor, you select this one. Next, after that, policy state report only on, maybe just turn it on. Policy name, if you want, you can change or leave it like that. Excluded user, current user, but included roles. So if user is part of any of these role, so we're going to enable this one. Cloud apps, access control, grant access, required multi-factor and then create. So there are some other prerequisites, then you can enable this one, but if you say report only, then it will accept this one. So there are many other templates. We have zero trust. Around that, we have some templates, remote work. So around that areas, we have like require multi-factor authentication for risky sign-ins, require password change for high-risk users. This kind of policy we can apply. So pretty much these are these sections we have pretty much, these are the steps. Right, so password policy authentications, pass-through authentications, then passwordless sign-in with Microsoft 365 administrators, self-service password management, Azure AD Smart Lockout and conditional access policy, Azure AD security defaults. So these are the features we have part of these sections.